Stacey on the right on Sirius XM. She's also the co-chair of Project 21. We see Erin Elmore with us, too. She's an attorney, Republican strategist, and you can catch her columns on townhall.com and on Turning Point USA. And the CEO of the Babylon Bee, Seth Dillon, sticking around with us as well. Great to have everybody here. Let's talk about what happened in Iowa, Erin. The girl who was arrested is 18-year-old activist Josie Mulville. She is black and was attending a, quote, kill the racist bills protest. But this is not an insurrection, right? Not an insurrection. Or is it?
Well, what we need in America is one standard of justice where everyone is held to the same standard. But unfortunately, in living in these polarized times where Democrats get a pass on absolutely everything, they are held to an extremely different standard, which is much lower. Republicans are obviously racist insurrectionists, and this truly has to stop. Americans do deserve one standard of justice. We saw what happened last summer all over our major cities, and basically the left-wing liberal media said nothing because it was air quotes, race-related, but when Trump supporters are involved, it's an insurrection, it's a new 9/11, it's a new Pearl Harbor. But you know what it really is? It's simply a way to silence speech on the right under the guise of being afraid and white supremacy. It's really, really sick, and I hope the American people are aware of that double standard.
Stacey, I learned about that story last night on Grant Stinchfield's show. I didn't see it getting a lot of media coverage. I also haven't seen a lot of follow-up coverage this week on Noah Green, who was the Capitol Hill police officer who died last week when a guy rammed his car into that barricade. Read John Boehner's book. Nobody? Not even just like a hate read, Stacey? Nothing?
I'm sure for a hate read.
He always has been.
Yeah, he always has been a hater, hasn't he? I just wonder, you know, how many... When they make the movie, how many crying scenes are we going to see of John Boehner? John Boehner's liberal tears now, I guess, apparently. Anyway, interesting that he had time between his cannabis business and his Merlot to write a book, but good for him. I'm going to wait for it to come out on tape and then not listen to it. All right, Stacey, Erin, Seth, you guys stay where you are. We're coming back in the next hour. We're going to talk more about Hunter Biden. Let's welcome in now Stacey Washington, host of Stacey on the Right on Sirius XM. Erin Elmore, Republican strategist and attorney, is back with us as well, as is Seth Dillon, the CEO of the Babylon Bee. All right, so we have these new details leaked by the Daily Mail here, and Hunter Biden still claims that he doesn't know if this is his laptop. Seth, how do you not know? Punches have all the gritty details in it, but apparently not.
No, we're going to save the gritty details for the Washington Post, who actually seem to have portrayed this story quite accurately. But of course, the mainstream media silenced that. We don't get to see the truth when we're on the right, but the left, they'll just hide and hide and hide and hide it for them. Remember when people used to say, I'm old enough to remember when people used to say, I wish President Trump would stop tweeting. What I say to all our viewers today is, I wish Hunter Biden would stop talking.
Yeah, maybe a lot of the people who have defended Hunter Biden and called the laptop story Russian disinformation would wish he would stop talking too, because they kind of admitted it. I think I'm with Stacey. I'm not buying it. Do it a little bit. Everybody has some great submissions today, so let's get right to it. Stacey, your meme goes first. It's President Trump saying, "Do you miss my border there?" His face replacing Leonardo DiCaprio's. Tell us about this one.
So I'd actually sent one over that was good, but it was nowhere near as good as this one, because this is the story of the hour. And all of the...
You have a couture meme this week.
I do.
Let's put it up there on the screen. I love it.
I have a one-of-a-kind couture meme by the great Emma Mitchum. And what we're looking on the right is our First Lady in her Easter black leather, black fishnets. Nothing says pastel Easter like the great Dr. Jill Biden getting off Air Force One. So we have Peter Parker wearing his glasses saying like, oh, she looked good. He takes them off and he's like, what? So it's just that we had 4 years of beautifully dressed women with Melania Trump, Ivanka, Lara Trump, and now the left-wing liberal media just talks about how great everyone looks. Well, I have to say, Stacey and I are wearing our spring pastels. We are on trend and on season. The good doctor needs to see a doctor for that outfit.
Okay, we got 1 minute left here. Seth can come back for my Bros on Clothes segment where men talk about clothes, but we have no real, ability to do so. But anyway, Seth, this was white supremacy, a mid-sized car, and then you have a giant mattress being stuck in there, any crime, and the media, of course, staying there complicit with this one. Seth, talk to us about it.
They'll try anyway. They'll stuff it in there and try to make the narrative stick.
All right, and from Friends, the country is institutionally racist, and he's smiling, of course. Then he looks serious when he finds out that the left controls every major institution in this country, big tech, corporate media, the Academy of Arts and Motion Science Pictures, or whatever it's called, the administration and the government, and Hollywood. Yeah, fun as always, and we'll see you all again next week.
Thanks, John.
All right, coming up, CDC Director Rochelle